What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Harari Boy. Today, I wanted to break down the 10 worst wealth killers that keep normal people broke. Most people think getting rich is about making more money. Honestly, some of the biggest financial mistakes have nothing to do with income, surprisingly. And there are people making six figures who still can't breathe financially, unfortunately. And today, I'm going to cover the wealth killers that quietly drain your bank account. So make sure to stay until the end because the last one is probably the one almost everyone is watching. Everyone watching is guilty of at the end of the day. So stay tuned. All right, guys, as some of you may know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I've been searching all over Netflix to watch Dragon Ball episodes, but unfortunately, Netflix here just doesn't have them. But which version of Netflix does? Netflix Japan. Some of you might be wondering, how on earth am I accessing Netflix Japan, right? Well, that's where NordVPN comes in. NordVPN is one of the top VPN services out there. It allows you to mask your location and browse securely, which is perfect for protecting your privacy. Plus, NordVPN can basically change your location to anywhere in the world with just a few clicks. So it's just as easy as that. That's how I'm able to access Netflix Japan and binge all of the Dragon Ball episodes that I can fathom. It's not just about watching international shows, however. NordVPN adds an extra layer of security basically as you're browsing, so your personal information stays safe and your online activity remains private. If you want to unlock more content and protect your privacy online, head over to nordvpn.com/harariboy to get over 70% off a 2-year subscription plus 3 months free. And if you don't like it, you can cancel within 30 days and get a money back guarantee. It is worth the peace of mind and extra content you'll have access to. All right, so let's talk about wealth killer number one. All right, living somewhere that doesn't help your growth. I know this is a little bit of a controversial one. Some people prefer where they live and things like that, but if you have a passion for something that you're good at, you feel like you can make a lot of money in it in, like, let's say LA or Broadway or something like that, or maybe Silicon Valley, you got to pack up and move there. A lot of times nowadays with remote work and stuff like that, that's not the case, but it's still the case for a lot of people that are wanting to be high earners and essentially successful in growing their income. So sometimes loyalty to your hometown becomes very expensive, right? With especially we see how the housing market has went up over the past few years. Ask yourself, better job opportunities elsewhere, higher salaries, or and better networking. Where you live can affect your income more than people realize. All right. Sometimes moving is the biggest raise you'll ever get. So, all right. So let's talk about wealth killer number two. Trying to look successful. Again, some of these people you may never even see again. You just see pass by them at a red light, but nice car, designer clothes, luxury apartment that stays empty, right? Latest phone every single year. Who do you honestly think is watching you? Like nobody's watching you, but and obviously God is watching you at all times. So you need to know who you need to impress or who matters more. So nobody knows if it's paid for. People confuse looking wealthy with being wealthy, which is not true. The goal isn't impressing strangers, it's financial freedom at the end of the day. So it's better to look broke and silently build your wealth rather than having a whole bunch of people that you'll never see again just be impressed for like a few seconds. So, all right, so buying too much car. This is another huge one. Cars are a transportation method, right? Get you from point A to point B. And too many people buy emotions instead. Payments, insurance, maintenance, depreciation. The car keeps costing money after you buy it. Now, I'm not saying don't own a nice car, but there's parameters. Just make sure that it's less than 30% of your net worth because it's going to go down in value, right? Unless you have another weird thing that happened in the past few years, which I wouldn't hold my breath for. So depreciation, maintenance, get a very nice, reliable car. It can be a luxury car. Yeah, it can be a sports car even. Just make sure that the ratios make sense for you. All right. All right. So let's talk about high interest debt. Over here, we don't do debt. We look at credit cards as evil. Interest could work against you with these high interest rates, paying the minimum every single month, things like that. This is just things to stay away from at all times. Waiting for the perfect time to invest. There is no perfect time. You can't time the market again. Waiting to buy will just make you miss out on the opportunity now, and waiting for the economy to turn in your favor oftentimes doesn't happen. So it's not a good strategy plan at the end of the day. All right. Staying comfortable for too long. If you're comfortable, that's good. Just invest consistently. Just make sure you're growing and you're increasing your income and things like that as much as possible. So that way you can reach new levels and new heights in your financial wealth building. But comfort is nice in terms of having a stable job, but definitely know your value and don't be afraid to grow. All right. At the end of the day, this is another huge one, choosing the wrong partner. So Dave Ramsey talks about this from time to time as well. Essentially, marriage is the order that produces the most wealth is graduate, at least having a high school diploma, getting married, and then having kids, right? That's one aspect. But essentially you have to have the right partner. Now, what by the right partner? Obviously someone that aligns with you and your beliefs and things like that. But most definitely someone that from a financial perspective doesn't look at debt as a bad thing. Essentially, you have to have those conversations and just say like, okay, does debt scare you? Where do you see us in the next 5 years in terms of wealth and things like that? So these are things that you have to discuss. I know finances is just like a very controversial topic to talk about, especially on a first date, but this marrying the wrong person can definitely cost you, your financial future in the long run. So keep that in mind. This other one that nobody pays attention to, keeping too much cash. Now, I know 3 to 6 months of expenses in today's inflation market is a lot of cash, right? But beyond that, you shouldn't be saving much beyond that. If you want to go overkill and have a year's worth of expenses, you're pushing it there, but I wouldn't really say that's detrimental to your financial wealth building. But if you start to go beyond that, then you're losing money, you're leaving money on the table, your money's being lost to inflation at all times. So remember, the government's always stealing your money. So inflation is one of the ways that they do it. And you want your money to grow. All right, at the end of the day. And the best way to do it is to invest, diversify, and invest in mutual funds, things like that. So some things to keep in mind there. Don't pile up too much cash. Just ideally have 6 months of expenses if you can. And then that way you're prepared for any type of emergencies or anything like that. And your money is easily accessible. All right. This ties into my earlier point, but don't compare yourself to everyone. So not everyone is who they show themselves to be. So just compare yourself to who you were last year. And if you're making the financial progress that you're looking for, that's really what you need to focus on, not this social media hype and someone going vacation all the time and traveling and things like that. And all that stuff is nice, but at the end of the day, you can make that your reality, but you'll pay cash for it, for example. So just don't believe the hype, because a lot of people are drowning in debt and you don't want that to be you. All right. So wealth killer number 10. All right, we're finally here. So bigger house, like every raise essentially becomes a bigger house, nicer car, more subscriptions, nicer restaurants, and expensive hobbies. The rich people don't think this way. Everything I just mentioned right now is like a small percentage of their overall net worth. They do everything, all the work that they need to do ahead of time, right? So that way they can go ahead and splurge on these little things. Again, keyword is little, like nicer restaurants, this is nothing for them, right? And that's because they took the time, they had the discipline to essentially build their wealth up to a point where these luxuries are nice to have, but it doesn't hurt the bank. So at the end of the day, don't raise your spending by every raise that you get with your income. Instead, invest more, invest heavy, right? You should be maxing out your 401 as soon as you can, right? I'm not saying at the beginning, but don't leave money on the table. Most definitely take advantage of the market, especially if you have more money to invest. That's even better to get ahead of the game and things like that. But let me know what you guys think. If you got value out of this video, make sure to thumbs up. I want to know your financial journey currently. Are you guys still working to pay off debt? Are you currently in the investment stage? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.